Hey everybody, welcome back to Tailwater TV. Not really welcome back, welcome to. Isn't like we were here a minute ago. We are freshwater fishing today with that guy right there, Capt Lenny Crispino. We're on Lake Tarpon, throwing crankbaits. It's very early. We are barely audible right now. Uh-oh, got one? They're biting. So we're gonna see what kind of, I'm foul hooked. We're gonna see what kind of amazing things we can have happen today out here on Lake Tarpon in Tarpon Springs, Florida. And I'm gonna untangle my hooks and get after it. So stay tuned. Stink is officially off the boat. Ladies and gentlemen, the stink is off the boat.
That was on that was it?
Not a big one. Strike King Red Eye Shad, tungsten 2-tap. Just 2-tapped him right in the face.
2-tap.
2-tapped him. It's like a mafia hit, double tap. Pop, pop. Tap, tap. This guy thinks he's bigger than he is, dude. There you go. That's a decent fish. What I did, put J-hooks. These are VMC J-hooks on my red eye shad. There you go, buddy. That's pretty cool. Going to 6 hooks. That's a nice fish. A little chunker, much like myself, a chunker. You're just a little rattle trap. Going old school.
And I've got everything you saw at the shop. I got the strike, I got those red eyes.
Listen to that rattle trap.
I'm not used to hearing rattle trap noise. Holy cow, we're at the nursery now.
I know. Get the net. Get the net. What we're doing. Lenny's fishing an underspin, which is a soft bait, swim bait with a spinnerbait blade underneath it. And I'm fishing a rattle trap. Oh, old school. That's what I'm at. And we're getting hit almost every cast. No real tanks, yeah, a couple of good chunkers. Not a lot of people know this, but Lenny and I both studied ballet. So.
Did the shad come out of his face?
Yeah, they're feeding on shad. Yep. Oh. I can't catch it with 6 hooks either. 6 hooks, 2 hooks.
I'm using 1 hook.
See, that's the deal.
Oh man!
See? You can't catch with 1 hook.
I couldn't get on.
chunker. These would be good limit fish, you know, for fishing a tournament.
That's what I usually do. I'll come down here and try to get a limit of these, and then go out there and look for a big one. What I'll do is when they really eat these things good, I'll put a little bit of crazy glue on it so that they can't pull it down that spring. I'm using 15-pound Seagar.
That's what I'm using.
In Vizex. You know what I used to throw a lot? You remember they made a pro trap? It was like a 3/8 rattle trap.
Oh, geez.
And what they would do is you would bring the line through the bait, tie it to a treble hook, and it had a spinner on the back of the tail. Come in, Falcon.
Ah, you did it. Stuck it in my shirt. Not only does this bait catch fish, it also catches shirts. Well, pro tip. I'm not a pro, it's a pro tip. You feel a nick in your line? Retie. I have literally watched some of the world's best lose a fish and say afterwards, they're like, should have retied. And they knew it. They just caught a fish, but they didn't retie. I'm gonna switch it up. This is Zoom Super Fluke in Arkansas Shiner. I'm gonna see if maybe there's a bass or two on there. Maybe they have relatives in Arkansas, or they've been to Arkansas. This is a Bull Bay LMG rod, and I've got the Shimano SLX reel on it. And this thing
one just came up right there.
Did it?
Where that wave's there. Yeah. Perfect.
And this is arguably, there we go. And I love these LMG rods. Got a weight coming in. Get the surfboards.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fish on.
Good fish. Good fish. Gotta jump. Gotta jump. Barely got him hooked.
Yeah. Now you got him good.
I've rehooked him. I've reset the hook on this fish. Look at that, just fell out. Well, he's kind of skinny. Go.
You got it. The one we caught one yesterday.
Food.
If he had a belly on her, she would have been 5 pounds.
Oh, I saw that picture. Yeah, she looks so spawned out.
That was on an underspin.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was all head.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you had him on.
I did it then.
You see?
Almost did it Dan.
Yeah.
Got it on my shirt.
That's how you know you're a true professional. All right, so the morning bite has changed a little bit, and we were catching them first on a lot of crankbaits and underspins, but it's slowed down a little bit. So I'm going to switch up here, and I'm going to tie on a worm. And I got a couple of choices I'm thinking of. One would be, this is the Strike King Ocho, KVD Ocho, which is a stick bait. People call them Senkos. They kind of give them a slang name from Gary Yamamoto's Senko, but this actually has 8 sides to it. And what's cool about it is it flutters down through the water. Those sides, you might be able to see it, they catch light and they make a little shimmer. So I'm thinking about that, or fish just busted, or I was thinking about a Strike King cutter worm. And I think I'm gonna go with the cutter worm. It's got a little bit of a flutter in the tail, and I can fish it fast or slow. So I'm gonna do that. So let me show you how I'm gonna rig these up. I'm just gonna Texas rig them. If you don't know how to Texas rig, by the way, if you don't have one of these things, Bass Mafia terminal coffin, they're awesome. Absolutely awesome. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put on a bobber stop or a sinker stop depending on how you call it. And this is just basically a little rubber stopper, just like this. What you do is you put there's a little, you might not be able to see on camera, but there's a little wire loop. Put that right through there, and then you pull on the the sinker stop, and it slides right up on the line. So then we're going to add our weight. I'm going to put a 3/16 ounce tungsten weight on. Slide that on like that, and then I got a 3/0 wide gap hook by VMC. And what I like about the VMCs is they actually use a little resin to coat the bottom of the eye, because once in a blue moon you could have that line get caught in that little gap right there and have all kinds of issues. And I'm just using I don't know what kind of knot this is. It's some kind of a uni thing. You come through twice, make a loop around like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you'd like to learn how to tie this knot, I do a much better version on our YouTube channel on knots of the week. And then use snippers for your line like this. Don't use your teeth. And then we just take our worm, and one of the cool things about one of these rage tails is the rage tail adds a lot of thump to the water. And what you do is they've got these little appendages that you pinch off. These things are just there for, I don't know, to make things annoying. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay the worm out in my hand, so I got it flat on its side, and I'm gonna come in the head just like this. I'm gonna come out the bottom about, I don't know, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch. I like to go a little deeper. Come up like this, turn the bait, and again, we've got a more in-depth video on how to Texas rig. But now what I'm going to do is I lay the worm out like this, and here's where the hook comes across. So I kind of measure it with my thumb. I'm going to come through just like this, and I go all the way through the bait. You might be saying, but man, I want it to be weedless. That's cool. First off, on the cutter worms, there's a little gap right here, so I could leave it like that if I want to. But what I like to do is I like to then pinch the bait. So I pinch it, push forward, up, and back. And what that does is that just buries the tip of the hook back into the worm just a little bit. But when the bass bites, that hook's going to pop free. Then, remember before I had this little bobber stop? Slide this down. Now, my weight is pegged right to my bait. I don't have to worry about it moving. Strike King KVD 2.5 oscillating crankbait. See how it spins in the wind and then stops? Actually, it doesn't do that. This dives 3 to 6 feet. You got what, a shell bed out here?
Yeah, shell in about 3 feet of water, 4 feet of water.
And what I'm trying to do is I like to get this down. Actually, I'll feel it right about there. I'm now digging into the shells.
Right now, this time of year, the bluegill is spawning on this shell, so it's just a good place for the bass to eat.
And I may switch up to a bluegill color here in a second.
But the shad will move up here also.
But what I want is I want it to make contact with the bottom. I want it kicking up dust. I want it making noise. All kinds of stuff to make those bass be like, well, what's that? You know? Something to set it apart from the other fish that are down there, the other prey that's down there. And I love throwing a crankbait. Throwing this on a Strike King. What do they call them? St. Croix Strike King. This is a St. Croix Mojo Bass Glass. It's a 7-foot 4-inch medium power, moderate action. What that means is the bend in this rod is further back in the blank, and usually, except for today, usually that helps you catch more fish, or I should say, helps you land more fish. Today, not so much. Since I'm not catching anything on the shad, I'm gonna switch to a bluegill color real quick. go big or go home. Right, Jake? Oh boy! Oh, that was a good fish, man.
That hook.
Yeah. Oh yeah, nice one. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, me and Jerry fished a couple weeks ago out here. That was through freaking 3rd place away.
Lenny is good, man. It's fun.
Yeah, that early bite has been really good, and then like once that goes away, you got to work a little bit.
Yeah, I don't like working.
No, I don't blame you.
But I'll tell you one thing I do like is being in a range boat.
Yeah, it's an awesome boat. I've been running them since 1994.
Wow. And not a lot of people know this, and I know this will sound weird. They've been making saltwater boats since the 80s.
I know.
It's crazy.
It's crazy how fast that time's gone.
Yeah. And they make a saltwater boat just like this. So
Right.
basically, we're in a bass boat. They make an intercoastal, which is awesome. If
Be
you,
perfect for snook, redfish,
Oh, yeah.
trout fishing.
and then you go bass fishing in the evening.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. But we're going to get out of here now. Here's the thing. If you guys want to catch big trophy bass in the state of Florida, that's the guy to call. Now, he fishes Lake Tarpon,
The Kissimmee chain.
Kissimmee chain,
Okeechobee.
Okeechobee.
That's
Any
pretty-
others? Those are
That's
three
pretty
main-
much it. Yeah.
You do Istapoga.
I'll go to
or-
Stick Marsh. Istapoga is over the last couple of years has been
Gone
really
down?
a tough fishery to fish.
used to
unless
be
you
a-
spend a lot of time there.
That used to be a tank factory.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, this is my home lake. Lake
Yeah.
Tarpon is my home lake. I'm only 20 minutes away
Yeah.
from here. So when I go to Okeechobee, I'm going at the prime times. Same thing as Kissimmee.
Yeah, and you can fish artificially. You can fish live bait, wild shiners, do it all. And follow him on Instagram,
Not yet, but
Facebook.
Yeah.
Look Lenny up on Facebook. He posts his pictures, all of his trips, and I mean it's just tank after tank after tank after tank after tank. Today we didn't catch any tanks.
No thanks today.
No, caught a lot of little jeeps,
Yep.
little army jeeps like this. Well, you had that one good one.
Yeah, on the crankbait.
Yeah. So anyway, I gotta go to the shop now. We're gonna fire it up, head in. Thanks for watching. We hope we didn't bore you too much, and hopefully we can do more of these adventures. I think we got a tarpon one coming up here pretty soon.
Cool.
That'll be fun. Lenny, thanks, buddy.
You're welcome.
Oh wait, we're
Thank
not
you.
supposed to do that. We're not supposed to do it.
Oh yeah, social distancing.
We're
I
in
think we're
trouble.
less than 6 feet apart.